Okay, this is your weather update for the 5th on Friday. Before we get into the weather and some pictures of the snow and forecast, just an announcement that later on this evening I will put out a forecast for spring and summer and into the fall and try to roll the dice and see what we can come up with that's going to happen during that period. There was an earthquake. This was kind of where the center was at. There's been several aftershocks, which is nothing unusual. I think this thing lasted between 5 and 10 seconds, but a lot of people panicked. I saw some pictures where stuff was falling off the shelves near this thing, but it was felt out to Long Island. It was felt down in Philly. It was actually felt here in outside of Reading, PA here. And got some reports from the Poconos and from my followers that said they felt it. So it was quite widespread. And the main reason for that was because it was shallow. It wasn't deep, but it was just shallow. So the ground rumbled. And all it is the ground kind of lifts and rumbles through like a wave kind of a thing. And that's what you feel. Okay, just wanted to touch base on that. Okay, we've got snow flurries falling across the state in some areas, especially north and western PA, but they're brief, nothing like we've had. This takes you to around midnight or so, and you can still see there's some hanging around in the northern part and some of the highest plateaus here. They're getting some snow. This takes you to around 4 in the morning. Still got some snow flurries up there. You can see they kind of drop down as you get towards 5, 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, and then they kind of get lighter and lighter throughout the morning until we get to around noontime, and you can see there's not much left, and there's just a little bit, and it's basically the circulation around the storm. If you look here, you can see how they're coming in from the north east in the PA. So anytime tomorrow, northeastern PA could get a sprinkle, a flurry, depending on your temperature and your altitude would be the big thing, depending on how high up you are. And as you can see, as we get into Sunday, it kind of dies out. Okay, that's where that's. Between now and Sunday, you can see totals for snow are fairly light. Yeah, probably a lot of times it just hits the ground and melts. But just letting you know that there's a little bit up that way to the north and to the west that could fall. Now, if you're going to head west on Monday to see the 100% eclipse. Here's the problem with that, especially if you're traveling from eastern PA to the west. Just remember, I'm going to put a map out later on tomorrow, and it'll show you where these viewings at, what your percentile is, and a lot of the areas in PA that aren't under full cover, it's just going to look like it's sunrise, or it's going to look like it's dusk at night and stuff like that. So, it's not going to be completely dark. Out here where it is 100%, it will be. But the problem with that is you may not be able to see the sun corona because there's going to be clouds and some sprinkles coming in. Now, this is Monday morning at 7 a.m. And you can see that there's some precipitation moving in. So this kind of takes you to the afternoon hours, and you can see it's light but clouds. Problem with that is it'll get dark. It'll look like nighttime underneath the complete 100%, but you may not be able to see the corona around the sun. And so you decide if you want to drive out there and this experience the darkness. I'd like to do it, but I really wanted to see the corona, so I'm not gonna worry about it and head out there. I wanted to see the full extent of it. Okay, it was a cold morning this morning, and that's why we've sustained some flurries and some accumulations up here. As we start moving into the rest of the weekend, we'll kind of go through this really quick. Friday, this is Friday, so the highs get into 30s north, 40s south. Occasional ground shaking in the eastern part of Pennsylvania and in New Jersey. As we get into Saturday afternoon, temperatures rise to low 50s southeast, south central, 40s elsewhere across the state. And then we get into Saturday night into Sunday. It's chilly. Temperatures and all these pinks are below freezing. And let's see if that's about the extent of it. And where it doesn't get below freezing in the southeast, south central, temperatures get close and into the middle 30s down there. So quite a chilly morning for April. It's not completely out of the question whether some of the western high tops can get some snow next weekend. It does show that there is a possibility. And then Sunday's high is again a few degrees warmer across the state. And then Monday, if you're going to be standing outside and you're going to be looking towards the sun, which don't look directly at it, please don't do that. This is around time of it. 60s to the west, 50s in the central part where there is some clouds and rain going on, and then elsewhere 60s in the southeast into New Jersey. But unfortunately, there will be some precipitation going on, and not much, but it's the clouds, not necessarily precipitation, that's going to mess it up. And that's kind of where there's going to be some sprinkles and stuff going on. Nothing major, but unfortunately, clouds. Okay, let's take a look at some of these snow pictures. Okay, we'll try to get a few of these on here. This is April Lynn Holbrook from Montrose. She has some snow on the ground. This is Karen Larish. She had about an inch and a half on the ground at 8 o'clock in the morning. I guess this was yesterday that she posted this. And this is Diane Dwyer. She got about 4 inches yesterday morning. This is Promised Land and Skytop. I think Skytop would be outside of Stroudsburg, if I'm right. Margaret Ryan got 4 inches in Starlight. She says that's in northeastern Wayne County, and they do get a lot of snow up in northeastern Wayne County and northwestern Wayne County. This is Wendy Elko from Damascus. Looks like the roads are drivable, but it's got snow on them, so she had to be careful. This is Bill Gillette. I mean, that is a whiteout. So it stunk on every branch here, every limb up there. And I know there were some power outages, so I'm sure some of the people up there were out of power for a little while because when it gets like this, it'll just lean over trees over to the wires. Okay, this is another one from Bill Gillette up in Wayne County. Those roads are slushy, and again, all the branches are covered. Christina Young, she says, I woke up to a coating up here in southern Wayne County. Timmy Ariano also has some snow. She didn't give me a location on that one. This is Audrey Tilton. She had, looks like 2 or 3 inches up here on her railing. Again, I don't know the location. This is Lord's Valley. This is Tammy Seeger. She got about 3 inches. That's the way to report it. Give me how much snow you got and your location. It helps when people look at this. They know where the snow was at. This is Laura Reimolzau Arno. I guess I don't know if that's right, but she's in Lackawaxen. She said they had snow showers off and on into the early afternoon, and it left the coating. This is Dave Murray. He's from Orson, PA. He said he had 4 to 5 inches. I had one report of 6 inches. So I think that would be the high point. This is Chris Olson. He got 2 inches, but it looks like the roads are in fairly good shape with just some slush. Okay, and this is just a picture of the water temperatures down in the Caribbean, but it's just to let you know that this evening at some point I will release a video of my spring, summer, and fall forecast of what looks like is going to happen and give my opinions on what's going to happen and some reasons why. All right, everybody take it easy and be safe out there.